Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. In this video, I want to bring you an update on the entire market, show you what I see in the charts. I'm going to show you this chart, show you how Bitcoin is holding critical support. I also want to show you this, the stock to flow ratio, the model. We haven't seen this in a while. I want to bring it to your attention again because, I'm seeing some interesting things. And I'm going to share it with you. If it sounds interesting, please drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. I'm also going to show you this chart here, the price cycle. Haven't shown you in a while. It's seriously powerful. If you're new to my channel, you're going to love this one. So before I do dive into this, I need to let you know, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my own personal opinions on the market. Please do your further research before you invest your money. That being said, let's do this. Right now, Bitcoin is holding critical support. And I've said it so many times in my last videos, it looks like it was eerily similar to what happened back in 2013, 2014. We saw a top at the yellow line. We fell down 50, 60, 70% crash. Then it slowly started to come back in October. And then this yellow circle here is what we saw in November of 2013, 2014. We had a crazy run up in 2013, 2014. If you look at this section here, of 2017 to 2018 cycle, it was different. Meaning when we crossed this midsection line, it took 3 months to actually reach the top, whereas the last one, it reached it within 1 month of November. This is why many people were talking, me as well, thinking that November could be really explosive. But because of the recent things that have been happening with Bitcoin, and because it's testing this critical support right now, I think it's going to happen similar to the 2017's cycle, where it's not going to shoot straight up in November, because November's almost over. If you look, we're halfway through November, almost finished. This may go 1 month, couple of months. We could see the top of Bitcoin in a couple of months time. Maybe just after Christmas. Maybe that's when it was setting and kick in. Got this stupid thing keeps popping up. It's because of a node running a Townstart. Anyway, Townstart node. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I tried to ask people. Anyway, let's talk about this. Stock to flow ratio. Hopefully this stupid thing isn't coming into the screen and you can see it too much. This is powerful. Plan B made this. Well, he kind of put it together. And what it does is it shows the buy price of Bitcoin. And, when it's ever been oversold or at a high price, you can see here the tops of the market. It's always come up to a different color, which this one's interesting because the colors are different. Usually the reds are at the top of this stock to flow ratio, and it's also talking about the scarcity of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin halves every 4 years, so it compares the scarcity along with the price, and that's how he figured this one out. It says days until halving, so I think 2024 is the next time that Bitcoin's going to halve, which essentially it should half the price, make it more half the mining, because right now I think they're mining 12 or is it 8, one or the other, and then it should half it, and then they'll only be mining less, which makes it more scarce, thus the price going higher. But let's really dive into the bottom part, because most people, when they look at the stock to flow ratio, they look at this, and like I said, you can see it clearly where the top was. 2017's top was here, 2014 tops was here. You can always see the top of the market before the bear market kicks in. The blues are the dark, bearish. That's the bottom of the market. But what people haven't been really focusing on is this section down here. And this is probably going to be the most important part. Why? Because you can get a good picture as to what's going on today in this cycle that we're in. Take a look. So back in, 2013, 2014 cycle, we had two tops. It peaked up here, and look down here. We have a line coming across the midsection of this chart that you can see red and green. Now, when we peaked the first time back in 2013, because it was a double top, we saw some red action, really sharp red. Then it came down, held support of this line that you see here, and then it went straight back up again. And then it topped out for 2014, right? Just December 2013, that was the top. And then, as you can see, you went through the bear market. And again, if you look down here in this section here, you can see the red calm down. We went underneath this. Then we saw some green action which represented the bottom of the bear market. Take a look at 2017, because when you look at 2017, same thing again. The top of 2017, look, December the 17th, look down here. You see how we shot straight up, red, sharp spike up. 2017, we saw some red action right here. This is called a model variant, okay? If anyone wants to know, the model variant is just here. You see it? Can you turn it on and off? I don't know. I'm just clicking it. There you go. Oh, yeah, model variant. If I turned it off again. Turn it back on. Come back on. There you go. It's powerful because we can get a good picture of what's been happening right now. And if you look at where we are today, even back to April, May, because we saw that big crash. We saw a massive price drop, 50% crash in Bitcoin. So many altcoins crashed, like 70%, 80%. I was telling you it was like a buffet. You could get things 80% off cheap. And I was buying like crazy. But look at this, look. You never saw, because many people were calling that the top. You never saw a sharp red up. Look, every time we've seen the top of the cycle, we've seen a sharp movement up down here with this model variant. Even here, look, 2018, sharp move up. Even 2014, went from 3K to 14K. We saw a bit of action up there. This, I wouldn't really call it a sharp move up. So I think that we're gearing up. I think Bitcoin is bubbling up, gearing up to just explode. And can't tell time. But this looks like when it breaks this area here, this line, because we're in the green section down here, when it breaks and comes up, we could see a sharp red movement up like this, sharp movement up like this, and then of course this stock to flow ratio will come up like this as well, and then we can see new highs for Bitcoin. So keep your eye on this. If you want to grab this up, just type in Bitcoin stock to flow model and it should come. Look, I'm on lookintobitcoin.com. That's what I'm on if you want to check this particular one, right? Now I'm going to show you the same model variant in a different way. I don't know, because it looks similar to what I call a heat map. And that's on this chart here. This is super interesting because I'm using the heat map, which is down here, along with the pi cycle. And I'm going to explain why. Those that are new watching, it's super simple. Make it so you understand, right? Let's just focus on one thing first, the pi cycle, because this has been super accurate at calling tops. And I'm going to show my final example. Whenever it's called the top of a bull market or ish, something like a top, it's always printed this purple line. And this happened back in May. And I tell you what, I should have brought the video up because I did a video way back then saying, look, the pi cycle just printed a purple. Literally. You know what? None of this had happened. I'm going to show you what it looked like. This is how the chart looked, right? None of this has happened. It was just like that. And I was like, right, well, obviously. And I was like, right, it's just printed a purple line. Guys, if you wanted to take some profits, you could. I remember saying that. You can check the video. And we saw the massive crash afterwards. So what does it mean? Like, is there big institutions looking at the pi cycle? Are they using this particular indicator to say, okay, maybe this is the top, we should consider taking some profits? Because I'll tell you what, that was a disgusting drop. I just think of Matilda, this disgusting ribbon. You know that, because Aunt Charger with it. You was wearing a little red ribbon yesterday, and isn't wearing one today. I swear, who does this disgusting ribbon belong to? I could listen. It was a disgusting drop. It fell 55%, massive drop. So essentially, this pi cycle, it has been correct. It was a top, and to prove my point. Because if you look back, look, 2018, 2017, look, you can see the purple line, that was the top, spot on. Let's move back. I got to show you guys, because I'm seeing this, look, this was the double top, 2013, 2014. Pi cycle called it, great. See it here? Top there, and then it came again for a second top. Let's look at this, because there's also these two lines here. You can see the red and the orange. Whenever the orange crosses with the red, meaning the orange comes above the red, at that precise moment is when they call, when the pi cycle calls the top. You can see it right here. I'm going to circle it so you can see, right? Because this is important stuff. And, it then crosses back over. So it had a bit of a gap here before it crossed back over. This was the second cross, you see? And then it came in for its second top here, right? And then you can see, look, the cross again, long extended period bear market. You can see, look, it didn't cross again. Look, took a long time to cross. The next time it crossed was 2017, 2018, guys, right here. You can see it clearly. It crossed right here, called the top of the market. Perfect. And look at this. This was a small cross. Look, let's see it. Small gap. So, you know, it crossed again, prepared for the next bear market. The bands opened up wide, and look what happened, guys. Look, where we are today, 2021, it crossed. But this one was interesting because there is two crosses. Look, you can't see it, right? But I'm going to zoom right in. You need to see this. It's super interesting. It was a quick cross. I'm going to show you. Look, you can just see it. So we crossed here. I need to show you like this because people don't pay attention to things like this. I do. So it crossed here. It opened a tiny bit and then it crossed second time right here. What does it mean? It's important. And I'll tell you why. Because it means that the next cross that you see, I'm telling you now, it's going to be the top of the bear market. And I'm taking profits, you best believe. And I promise you guys, if you don't want to miss it, because I'm keeping my patrons alert, become a patron. I've got 7 tiers. You can take your pick. Guys, patrons, you're seeing this way before it's even on YouTube. I promise you, because I'm keeping you prepared. You need to see this stuff. And I think that you need to be prepared to know when the top's going to come in. Obviously, I'm going to bring it to YouTube as well. But if you want to get it early, really, know when to take some profits. Got 7 tiers, take your pick. I recommend going for my exclusive VIP partner tier. This one here, because it will unlock when I buy, when I sell, when I stake. You can see exactly what I'm doing because all the posts unlock. You can click on the posts. If you want that little bit more, go for my CEO partner tier. This will give you my super alerts. They see things way before I buy, way before I sell, way before I do anything. They will see these charts. They're probably looking at the charts right now in the group because, I share it to them. So, be prepared. High crypto profiles in this space as well. Let's just quickly go back because I'll tell you what, this is seriously powerful. Where's it going to top? Like I said, we've already had a second cross. It crossed, it called the top, crossed again. So this is the bands wide and open. I'm telling you guys, it's coming up again. And when this comes up, when this yellow line comes up and crosses this red line, I really believe that could be the top of the bull cycle. I might be wrong. The pi cycle might be wrong. I mean, I can only show you what I see in this chart, okay? That's all I can do. I can only show you what I see, and then we work with what we see. But I have to believe that this orange line is going to come up, and it's going to cross, and we're going to see the top. Let's take a look at the heat map, because this is equally as powerful, especially when you use it with the pi cycle. Because look at this. This was where we were, right? 2021, May, we saw that massive crash down. Everyone thought it was a bear market. Everybody's been calling the top. If you look at the heat map, it's powerful because it shows the colors of, where we are in this space. Are we boiling up? Is it heated? Are we in euphoric stage? Now, if you look back in 2017, you can see the heat map turned like a dark orangey, and then it turned really red. And then that called the top perfectly with the pi cycle. And this is why I use them together, because you can really get a good picture of where the top's going to be. Look at this, look, red. Right at the top, bang. So I haven't seen that red yet in 2021. I need to see this red. It might not come. We might be experiencing something different where, we never see the red. It might just go a bit yellow, orange, and then it falls down, and then maybe it's the next one. I don't know. Maybe we're in a prolonged bull cycle. Maybe, just saying, I don't know. Maybe this cycle could really go on to 2022, 2023. I don't know. Because I'm telling you, I haven't seen any red. And the last time I saw red was when it was at the top of the cycle. This was like a yellowy green. Where was the red? Let's have a look back. Because, again, this heat map is always... it's not on this particular chart. It's not. Let me see if I can grab it on the BLX. Because, is this the BLX? Because I'm sure on one of these charts, I can't remember which one it was, it shows the red further back. Let me see if it shows it on this one. 1 second, hold on. Zoom out a bit. Does it show it on this one? You can see the red here. How far does this extend back? So it's extended a bit more back. Okay, so it's not showing it. But I can tell you what. Had this extended a bit more, because the reason it's not showing it is because someone's created this indicator on TradingView a couple of years or a couple of months after, all this happened. So they must have created it back in, 2014 of May. But if this extended back, I'm pretty sure this would have shown some red. I'm telling you now. Orangey, yellowy, red again, because these, or yellow, close to the tops. So I'm looking for that red, guys. I'm looking for this. And I still haven't seen it in the cycle, which makes me think, well, maybe we could be in a long, extended bull cycle. I don't know. Many people are calling... I mean, when you compare this, right, the pi cycle along with the because everybody's got different prices as to what they think Bitcoin's going to hit. And you can always see that every time it's, as well, just to show you, every time Bitcoin's come up to, peak out of a cycle, the top of the cycle is broken out of this red line. So, this very well could be the top. Like I said, we could be experiencing something different where we don't see no red in the heat map. Because, if you look at the last pass as well, let me just quickly show you. Look, it broke out of this red area. Look, it was bouncing above this red pi cycle lines, way above it. And then once it broke into this, that's when we saw the bear market. And, we did break into it. Look, we broke into it here. We saw a bear, but we picked up again. We're back above. So, and because we printed a higher high than before, that's what makes me believe that wasn't the top. It was one top, like we saw in 2013, 2014. So, I'm keeping my eye on it. What's going to happen, time will tell. What I was going to say to you is this, if you look at the top of this red here, let's just put a line here. We're talking a price of $91,000. If it peaks it, if it hits it and it peaks above, that's the kind of price you could be seeing for Bitcoin. If we come over to here, hold on, let me show you. Here we go. This is the logarithmic growth curves. I've got the rainbow chart looking nice. The top for this is $138,000. We've got something to work with. Somewhere between 91,000 and 138,000 could be the top for Bitcoin. Could be. We'll have to just see what happens, because again, if this breaks the support, maybe the top has already been in and we're seeing something totally different. That's not necessarily a bad thing for the rest of the market though. Why? Because if Bitcoin's had its top, what does it mean? It means that the alt season is going to explode. People are going to be bored of Bitcoin now. If the top is in, I don't know if it is yet. Time will tell. I think there's more room for Bitcoin to go. But if there isn't, if Bitcoin's done and it's done its top, this is what you're seeing now. You're seeing Bitcoin trend sideways, like I told you in one of my videos, what to look out for. And altcoins are exploding, just absolutely exploding in price on a red day today. A bit wrong day to say it, but you're gonna, over the week, 50. What is that? Elrond's up like 55%. I got to bring some more on that. You best believe. You're gonna see altcoins explode because people are gonna take money out of that and put it into the altcoins. Could be a really interesting alt season. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think I've done everything now. Gonna leave it here. If it was helpful to you, please drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Guys, that's over the period of the next, couple of months. Let's see what happens. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, drop a comment, let me know you're new. And yeah, I'll comment back to you. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.